Welcome back to another Grand Arena Championship. I'm Heathen13 and this is Season 20, Week 3, Round 1. So last round I suffered my first defeat in a long time and it didn't feel good, but I do think I learned some things from it. I want to apologize for the sound quality for this round. I am on vacation with my family, so I'm not under my normal recording circumstances. Also, if this is posted a little late, I apologize for that as well. As I'm sure all of you who have families know, family always comes first. But hopefully this is up soon or close to on time. In any event, my opponent this round is named Cassiano. So let's look at the matchup. Alright, I have the majority of the green on my side of the hotbot. So let's zoom in and take a closer look. So Cassiano has a decent amount of lifetime banners, 500,000. But when we compare his offensive wins to defends, that's only a 25% ratio, which is on the low side of things. So based on his online history and those stats, I'm expecting Cassiano to go pretty hard on offense. Comparing our rosters, they are comparable. I have 100,000 total GP advantage. I also have a slight advantage on top 80 and top 65. I've only got 4 more Zetas, but I have a pretty overwhelming speed advantage. I have 2 more Gear 13s and he has 7 more Gear 12s than me, so pretty close there. When we compare mods, I have almost double the amount of 6-dot mods compared to my opponent, and I just have way more mods with speed secondaries compared to him. Relics were actually very close. He's got 208 total levels to my 197, but in terms of tier by tier, we're almost identical. And when we check the meta character report, I have my JML, he has SLKR, but his history seems to show that he keeps him for offense. Finally, ships, I have a huge advantage because he does not have the Malevolence. Let's take a quick peek at his roster. And there's his SLKR in Arena, along with his Negotiator. And I gotta be honest, I really like his roster a lot. He's got a lot of good characters that aren't just tied to Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. As you can see here on the top row, he's got his Jedi Knight Luke as well, so he's got all the characters associated with that. But he's also got other good characters relic. He's got a full gas team relic. He's got a decent Grievous squad. He actually has a really balanced, deep roster. Just like anybody, there's going to be some characters who are Relic 12 or 11 that maybe others might have Relic, but all in all, a really nice, very well balanced roster. The thing is, Cassiano tends to keep most of his best squads for offense, and so I planned accordingly, and I put most of my best squads on defense. We're about halfway through the attack phase, but Cassiano has already attacked, and being that I'm on vacation, I have a very small window of opportunity to get these battles done. So let me show you the board. Down here on the bottom, I was not 100% sure that he was going to keep SLKR for offense. I was pretty sure, but not 100%. So I set my Jedi Master Luke up front, so if he set his SLKR up front and I couldn't clear him, he would also get stuck at the same point. My first thought was to put my JML in the back, so my opponent would use his SLKR up front and then get stuck. But I thought, if he happens to put him on defense for the first time ever, then I needed to stop him here in the front also. So he's up here. He did get beat, I'm assuming, by my opponent's SLKR. I also put my Darth Revan, who it took 2 to clear, and I put Bam with Watt, because I saved my Nest, who is usually the 5th there, for offense. And then in the back I hid my Gas, and he looked at the back zone. He hasn't even tried it. I don't know if he'll come back and try it. I don't think he will, and the reason is because up here he got stuck on Grievous. It took him 4 tries and he only got Magna Guard down. He did take out Crew and JTR pretty easily, but by putting my Grievous, Jedi Master Luke, Darth Revan, and Gas all down on defense, that's basically 3 of my toughest 4 teams. I was really hoping to keep him from a full clear. Now, I did think he was going to get through the top, and He tends to keep Negotiator for offense, so I put both my Get 2 ships here on defense, trying to stop him here as well, which means I don't have either of them for offense, so if I get to his ships, it's going to be a little interesting. I'll be using a couple fleets that I don't normally use, so that might be fun. Let's take a look at what I'm up against. He has left me a Padme team, a Night Sister squad, a Jedi Knight Revan. Down on the bottom, he's put a Mon Mothma, a Karth, and a crew squad. So, like always, we will go through the bottom. We'll take these 3 teams out so that we can see what's in back. I am not expecting much of anything in back, but you never know. The problem is I don't have a lot saved for back there either because I went so heavy defense. So I'm hoping that his history proves correct. In any event, let's start with this crew squad, and I will take my Jedi Knight Revan. And he doesn't have Hux, and he doesn't have Red Trooper here. So I think I'm going to go after Phasma first because it has a possibility to get their turn meter going along with OG Kylo. Let's send in Yoda and see if we can ability block them all. And then we will spread all those buffs and the foresight around so that Kylo misses. Next up, I'm going to go after Executioner as soon as I get a chance. But I'm going to be stuck on this crew for a little bit. Let's clear that tenacity down off of him. And let's call in the troops. Get our taunt up. Alright, finally we get to get Crew's taunt out of there. And we'll go after Executioner. We can go ahead and do the AoE because we got the blue thingamabobber. I forget the name of that. But when you have it, you can't get counterattacks. So even though OG Kylo has counterattack up, I knew that he wouldn't be able to. And let's go ahead and go after First Order TIE Pilot. So the damage is gone. As soon as I get another stun up from Bastila, I will take away the counterattack from Crew and then go after him. Perfect timing. I do want to call in... Oh, he just took away all of my banners. What the heck? That was all my protection. So let's see if we can call in some people to get some protection back. Let's call in old Ben, who was low, and let's call in Jedi Knight Revan, who was low. And couldn't get it back. Well, that's not exactly the start I was looking for. 57's fine, but not great. Let's go after Karth, and we will take Mon Mothma for that. I've said this before, but I really like Mon Mothma as a counter for Karth. My Mon Mothma is not nearly high enough level or good enough, well enough developed, especially this particular comp, in order to take out things like Grievous. So for me, it's kind of a middling tier team, but the fact that I get to call that extra unit there from Mon Mothma, which dispels on their basic so that I can get through that reoccurring taunt from Zalbar, is it feels like just like the perfect counter. Let's just kill him though. And hopefully I can get a heal up from Chirrut here. It's on cooldown for 2. I don't think I'm going to get around to it again. I feel like I have a lot of protection missing. Oh, maybe Mon Mothma got it for me. Close. Alright, we're going to gamble a little. I am going to take his Mon Mothma out with my CLS. Which is actually probably my best team I kept for offense. So if he kept something really strong in the back, I might struggle with it, but I don't think he's going to. Pretty much everything he set was exactly what I expected. So we will just take all of these down one by one. And now Biggs is the last. There we go. All right, let's see what he left in back. Did he surprise me, or is it the normal kind of weak stuff I'm expecting? All right, the weak stuff I was expecting. So let's head back to the top and get through those. We'll start with Padme, and we will use the Traya Thrawn counter. And I guess, do I want to go undersized here? No, we don't need to. We lost last round. We're not getting top 100 or anything like that. No need to do anything silly that could get us a loss. So we're going to pass the turn meter to Traya so that Traya can get a turn in Isolate on Padme. And then once Thrawn goes again, we will Fracture on GK so that we can get at Anakin. Now this is an interesting comp because it has GMY and Barriss, but no Ahsoka, and that is because my opponent likes to use Ahsoka with gas and 501st, which is a little odd, I guess, but may they feel like that works for them. And then it makes me wonder why they're not using Jedi or Grandmaster Yoda with Jedi Knight Revan, but whatever. All right, we're gonna annihilate here on Kenobi, and then we will finish up killing Jedi Knight Anakin. Let's pass this over so we can reduce or increase their cooldowns. And let's just go ahead and Fracture Yoda because Anakin's almost dead already anyway. And then we can work on Barriss. Our Isolate is almost up, but we'll just put it right back on Padme. Let's pass this over to Scion, see if we can get his protection back up to full. Alright, let's work on Yoda again. I almost have my next Annihilate up. And we're definitely going to lose that banner on Sith Empire Trooper, so we're going to pass this to Traya instead. Let's take out Padme and be done with that. And finish up on Yoda as well. So we're just left here with Barriss. I wish she had Pain on her so that I could get back protection with Scion, but she had that increased tenacity, which was keeping Pain from landing. There it is. So now, I think Scion's full, but let's make sure. I've just assume we're gonna lose a banner for Sith Empire Trooper, but that's okay. All right, here's the exciting thing for me. I am going after the Jedi Knight Revan. I'm gonna use my own Padme for it. And the last time I used Padme, I failed, but I was able to get Commander Ahsoka Tano right before lock and got her up to gear 12. So she's really not hitting that hard, but something new to play with, a new toy. So that's cool. And this particular Jedi Knight Revan team doesn't have a lot of offense. All right, so we're gonna give the Xian to Ahsoka, which is a little bit bummer because she had days on her at the time, but she assists so much that that should reduce the cooldown on Captain Ahsoka Tano's Annihilate fairly quickly, and then we will use that. The thing about that Annihilate is it isn't a permadeath like all the others, so I don't know that it will even count. Like, will it bypass Savior? I don't think so. So hopefully I can get somebody out. There we go. Savior's triggered on Old Ben. And now Old Ben's gone too. And now I can hopefully just do the big thing on Jolie so that he'll be gone and not come back. And there it is. With 1 by speed. Goodbye, Jolie. Boom. Nice. That felt good. Just as a way to expedite the whole thing. Let's get rid of the foresight so that we can finally hit this guy. There we go. We had 15 stacks of courage on Padme there. What are we left with? I think protection and stuff looks pretty good. I think we're missing a couple banners, maybe on Cat. Let's see if we can get that back. 58's not bad. And on this Night Sister squad, we are gonna go with the OG Bounty Hunter team. A lot of times I like to go with Aura Sing lead to get the contract really quick. But what I've noticed when I looked over my history on how people were attacking me is that one of my squads in particular was doing really, really poorly on defense. It was a Dooku with Droideka, Jango, and Mission and Zalbar. But my Mission and Zalbar are only gear 10 and 11. And that team has just been getting walked over by not such good teams. So I decided to, for now, back burner that team. I'm gonna try and remake it, figure out what I wanna do with it. But that allowed me to take Jango onto my normal Bounty Hunter teams. And I will just go ahead and hit on Zombie until Zombie is the weakest, and then I'll get my contract that way, and that's fine. It'll take a little longer, but the fact is, I don't need the contract just to get Mando going, and contract's already done. But I also have now another way with Jango to do permadeath also. Let's see if I can get a big hit. There we go, like that. So Talzin won't be coming back, and never got to put her big plague out. Would like to get to go with Mando so I could do his disintegrate, but that's fine. For now, we will just keep working down all of these other ladies. And we'll heal. And heal some more. Let's disintegrate Asajj. And let's see if we can permadeath Daka. And I think we're all straight, all full on health and protection. And that should do it. Alright, let us take a look at the ships that he put. Hopefully it's not a negotiator back there all of a sudden. Nope, it is Tarkin with Geos and then a Home 1. So we're gonna go with our Home 1 against these Geos. And again, I'm not worried about maximizing banners anymore. Just want to make sure I get clean wins. And with ships especially, using no get 2 ships, I don't want to mess around and lose. So Sun Fact already has the taunt up. But let's go ahead and get that shield disruptor thing. And this should be enough to kill him. And now they're both stealth, which means I can go after spy or soldier. So let's go after spy. And we will bring in, yeah, let's bring in the Phantom, because I do think I'm going to end up getting to my other reinforcement maybe. And that's a bummer. Let's see if we can stall to get the heal. No, we're not going to. Alright, that's fine. I will take a 67. Alright, which leads me to his home one. And he's got an interesting comp there. I'm going to go Thrawn, TIE Advance, TIE Bomber, and 5s. And then we'll go with the shuttle and that. You know what? Let's be cautious. If this doesn't work, I still have my entire finalizer team and my entire Radis squad. Neither one of those teams are very good, but hopefully will work. All right, so the reason I did this is because now I'm going to, 5-1 is going to go first, and I'm going to hit the special, which is going to put target lock on somebody, which is going to get my taunt up on my TIE bomber right from the get-go. And I can't cleanse it off because I have Vader here, which is going to allow me to get burning out with my bomber, assuming he doesn't die here. And we're going to do that so we can recover health. And now we get the burning on him. And now we can go right after the Falcon. And now it is easy mode. And we will bring in this one because it brings back some protection, and I think one of these heals too, right? Buff immunity. Yeah, gets rid of all the buffs and brings it back, so we can get rid of them. And now we're working on bigs. We got one more until we get burning up again. Ouch, but it's not gonna last, I don't think. Maybe we get lucky. Let's do a big hit and see if we can get bigs out. And we're gonna get to do burning here. No, not quite. Yes, another burning. Fantastic. And we'll bring in the shuttle. Do that thing, whatever it does. And bomber is hanging in like a champ. And this is the heal again. Yep, the heal again. What do we turn out with? Not bad. I honestly need to be less of a wimp and set my negotiator and malevolence on defense a little more often and trust that these other counters are going to work, because they're good counters, and I mean, those were good banners. But I'm always worried, you know, you never want to go through all of that work to do all that scouting and get all those ground teams down just to fail on ships. All right, let's have some fun. Ewoks gets Nest. I checked his Paplu, not a whole lot of potency, so I'll just hit fast forward and we'll make this happen. Thank you, Nest. And let's see if we can do the same thing with Wampa on this Phoenix squad. They staggered me, bummer. Just me and you, Ezra. Alright, and finally we have Bosk, and it seems ridiculous, but I'm not going to use my Relic 7 Vader because I want to use Bad Batch. And hopefully that continues to work. I have Omega. She's the same. They're all gear 8 except for Hunter's gear 9. I basically heard that Omega doesn't really bring anything to the squad, but she's part of the squad, so I'm gonna leave her in there. Hopefully it doesn't mess anything up. The key here is that my Echo is fastest, so he does that. Boss got his thing off, but that's okay. We'll get that off on pretty much everybody else. And do that. And now we are stuck behind Bosk at the moment, but that is okay. Call Hunter in. And call Hunter in again. Give this back over to Echo. And heal up. And I still need to learn more of what I'm actually doing, because at this point I'm pressing what I think are the right buttons and people are dying. So it feels right. But I'm sure I'm making lots of mistakes, or it could be more efficient. But I'll take a 60. And that is it. I don't think my opponent is going to come back and attack anymore, but if he does, it doesn't matter. He won't be able to come back to get the win. I'm pretty happy with bouncing back that way, but it is a lot easier when you are not at a GL disadvantage. So we'll call it there at 2498 to 1464. I want to say thank you, Cassiano, for the match. Thank you for participating and giving me the opportunity to test out this particular defense. I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you again in next round.